What's going on, everybody? Today I'm excited to bring you another video. I didn't really have too much of an agenda for today. I just kind of wanted to talk about two different schools of thought. And one is kind of the law of attraction that got really popularized by the movie The Secret. And if you're not familiar with this, it's basically like whatever you think the most about and like put the most energy in your mind towards, it just kind of materializes and will kind of appear more in your life. So if you want something good to happen, you think about something good happening, and then it's more likely to happen to you. And then the other school of thought is, if you want something good to happen to you, well, go out and get it done. Go out and start trying to make things happen. And I forget what the quote is, but there's a good quote on this. It's, like the more you try, the more luck you bring yourself. And that's really how I believe that it works. The law of attraction is kind of a good principle. And really, it is good to have a good positive mindset in order to attract things into your life. But if you don't do any work, nothing will ever come to you. I can promise you that. I really do believe that work is kind of the crucible in which all success is kind of forged. And so really, the whole point of having a good mindset is to get the work done. And really, if your mind, really the only function of your mindset is to take action, to get you to take more productive action, basically. And the more productive action you can take, the closer to your goals you get, the more successful you become. And so really, without action, your mindset, whatever mindset you have, is really pointless. It's kind of like if you were a monk who became enlightened. Well, that's great for you, but you're not really achieving anything. Like, you're not helping anybody. Maybe you've helped yourself, like, be free from suffering, but you haven't really done anything with that because you haven't taken any action. And that's why a lot of schools of Buddhism are very active, and they believe that work and spirituality are kind of tied together. In like Zen traditions, they focus on bringing Buddhism into their work so that they can be spiritual while they're working, so that they can be, productive members of society while also being very spiritual. And that's how I kind of think it works, is that you don't just expect things to happen in your life and they get done. You go out and you get them done, and your mindset is kind of what makes you do that. So the way I like to think about it is whenever you see somebody achieve something, it really just kind of looks like an overnight success. Like if somebody is in a movie or something, like, oh, wow, that person is now, a movie star. They were in that big movie. They were really good. Now they're a movie star. So all you see is like that action. So it really makes it look really easy from any outside observers. And it looks kind of like an overnight success. Like, oh wow, they're famous now. They're an actor, and they really just kind of achieved overnight success when that movie came out. I never heard of them. Now I know who they are. But what you don't see is everything under the surface. I like to think of like an iceberg. Where action is just like the very tip of the iceberg, or right here at the top, and then everything else is down below the iceberg. And so that's really where most of success happens. And that's all like the behind the scenes stuff. They've been studying acting since they were 5. They've been in acting schools, acting classes. They've been reading books on it. They've been living acting 24/7 for the past 20, 30 years. These are the kind of things that we don't see on the surface, and you wouldn't even know about unless you talk to the person.